I tell you, watch out for Georgia Tech. I know they've got questions now with who the quarterback's going to be. I just have a ton of respect for Brent Key. And when I look around at the coaching in the ACC, he's in the top handful of coaches, in my opinion, in the ACC for what he does. If you gave me the exact same roster with Mario Cristobal and Brent Key, I'll take Brent Key 10 days out of 10. Matter of fact, I'll take him 11 days out of 10. I think he's doing a fantastic job at Georgia Tech. He gets the culture there. He's a product of that culture. And he is another coach that demands excellence. He just does. And as you see they're continuing to improve their recruiting. I just think it's going to get better and better at Georgia Tech. I think they're not going anywhere. I think they're going to keep getting better. Once again, I haven't looked at the schedule, see how that flushes out. But if I had to pick a dark horse in that conference, because I think Virginia's going to get talked about. I think SMU will get talked about. Miami obviously will get talked about. Clemson, we're not even mentioning Clemson and Dabo up there. You know, people steady throwing dirt on Dabo. We'll see. We'll see how that all plays out. There's been some bad moments, but there's been some signs that maybe things could return a little bit back to where they were. And you're not playing in the SEC where you've got a bunch of behemoths in front of you. It would not have taken a lot for Clemson to have been the best team in the ACC last year. It's just the gap wasn't that big. I just don't think, as good as Miami's run was last year, I don't think the gap between Miami and the next 5 or 6 teams in the conference is very big. I think the gap in the Big Ten is much bigger between that top 3 and their next group than it is between Miami and the next 5 or 6 teams in the ACC. So that one we could see flip, I think, in 2026. Looking at the SEC, I think Georgia is going to be loaded again next year. Texas A&M seem to be definitely trending up. Texas is going to be everybody's team to beat with Arch Manning coming back. And let's face it, his play improved massively as the season went on last year. And if they can put an offensive line in front of him that keeps him from getting his head handed to him every third play, the ceiling is very high for the Longhorns. So, to me, that's them and Georgia are going to be the 2 teams to beat in the SEC next year. Texas A&M, if they can find good quarterback play, because that was the problem last year, and they had issues stopping the run. Those 2 things will get you beat in the SEC a lot. The schedule, without looking at it, has to be more difficult than it was last year. You could not have handwritten a script to dodge more of the big opponents in the conference last year than what Texas A&M did. And I think it hurt them at the end of the season. They get hammered by Texas and then lose at home to Miami, and was not a great performance by the offense for sure. But even while they had a chance to tie that at the end of the game, it didn't really feel that close.